Hey, welcome to the next episode of the podcast. Glad you joined us. Make sure to subscribe and also leave comments. Each week we'll put up new shows. If you're a new subscriber, check out all the past episodes as well to catch up. But we look forward to continue talking and hope you enjoy what we're hearing at this point. We got a big UFC fights tomorrow. Uh-oh. Which ones are worth watching? That's what I want to know from you. What are some good matchups you see for tomorrow's UFC? Or have you even kept up on sort of the cards for tomorrow?
Are you talking about the Conor McGregor fight?
No, UFC tomorrow night is isn't it Holloway and Catter are the two?
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about the
I don't think Conor McGregor. That's not
the Conor McGregor fight is next week. The Conor McGregor fight is next week.
Oh, next week. Okay.
Yeah, so and Dustin Poirier. That's next week. That's going to be a good fight. That's a pretty good card there too. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Is it next week? Oh yeah, you're right. It's the 23rd. That's right. I didn't think about that. Okay, so let's talk about that one because honestly, I only want to see McGregor. I'm curious to see what he looks like because he's been out for what, a year, right?
Not less than a year because he came back mid 2020, right? He came back and he fought Donald Cerrone, which that fight was phenomenal. And if everyone knows in the fight world, Donald Cerrone, Cowboy, is one of the toughest fighters in the world.
That's right. Yeah.
Right? But Conor McGregor actually beat him in under a minute, right? Actually TK'd him, which was surprising. But it just showed Conor McGregor in being out for a long time. He came back and actually winning that fight. So it was good. And against a very, very skilled opponent. Like, I love Donald Cerrone. The guy fights ferociously. But the guy he's going to fight now, Conor McGregor against Dustin Poirier, is more well versed, more well prepared than the first time Conor McGregor and him fought. Conor McGregor, when the first time he fought, literally put I wouldn't say a beating because it ended pretty fast. Conor caught him with a left straight, dropped him, and knocked him out. Right, so it was unexpected how fast he did it. So this one, I think, it's going to be a very interesting fight. I still see Conor coming off because his footwork's a little bit better, and his groundwork compared to Dustin, it's not as good, but he'll be able to keep up with him. But I think it's going to come down to the standing. So I do see Conor McGregor winning. I think maybe by TKO by the third round. Third, fourth round. Yeah.
Nice. Are there any good ones in the undercards that you can think of? See, to me, that's one of the reasons why I'm always reluctant to get the full package for the UFC is because some of the undercards are actually some undercards are better than the main event, and some occasions just because the fights just seem to be more fluid and more action. Right. Yeah. I don't care for people just laying on the ground all day, trying to just punch the guy as he's just laying in a defensive position. Right. I mean, I get that's part of it. But to me, it's like boring, right? And being the casual UFC guy, I'm not the diehard, but I do like to watch it when I can. I'm more the casual viewer. To me, it's interesting. Are there any undercards you think that might be worthwhile in this event, or you haven't really had a chance to look at everybody that's on there?
No, it's a tough card. I didn't get a chance to fully look at it. I know the Conor and Dustin Poirier was the main one. That was the first real opener card because that's what they were promoting for. I didn't get a chance to see it, but the undercard. But normally because this fight can lead to a title fight or could be crowned as a title fight. So it was kind of
what's his name retired.
Khabib.
Yeah, Khabib.
Yeah, he retired. Guy was.
Well, he beat Conor. Now he beat him in was it 3 rounds?
He beat him in the third round submission.
Yeah,
got him with a neck crank. And then everyone else he beat was all by submission. I mean, convincingly and dominantly. Yeah. I mean, that guy's a beast, man. I mean, I would love to see him come back and fight GSP. I think that would be the ultimate dream match that millions of people would love to watch.
Yeah, but aren't they in 2 different weight divisions? Wouldn't that fit more St. Pierre than him?
Well, that's the question. Like, will they make it a catch rate, or will George St. Pierre drop down to that weight class of 155? I
mean, St. Pierre's a fucking stud, dude. I don't know if anybody can beat him.
Well, so GSP walks around in a normal weight at 1 80s. So when he cuts down to 170 weight class, he's perfectly fine there. He's not giving up too much, right?
Right.
He said he tried 155s. It was hard for him. He didn't feel right. And so for him to go up way too, he doesn't like that. So he literally just walks around 180. So it's an easy cut for him.
Yeah.
And Khabib actually off season walks around near to 100 pounds. So for him to cut down that much, yeah, he walks around.
Really? He's that high?
He's that big, yeah. Off season, he's around
so
like
he fattens up, drinks a lot of vodka. Got it.
He's probably around one. Well, he's probably around one.
Horrible. I apologize.
Probably like heavy on the 80s.
Even 190. Somebody
but still, yeah, right.
Well, what's the weight division he fights in usually again?
Could be he fights at 155.
Yeah, see, that's a huge drop to go from 200 to 155. So it is impressive he's able to do it. But I think his natural or his best weight sounds like it's 155. 200 is I don't give a shit. I'm just going to eat and drink now.
Well, he's not going to fight at 200. He'll definitely do it at 155. That's because that's where his belt is, right? That's where they're going to do it. That's where they're going to do a super fight if had to.
True.
Right. GSP says he can make the weight. He can. I won't doubt. But they might put in a catch weight, which is like 160.
Yeah, that's what I would want to see too.
Right.
Like put them somewhere in between, just so that
they might do that if they do it. If they did that fight, I guarantee that it's going to be a fight that everyone would love to watch.
If that actually happened, I'd be watching it too, no doubt.
Yeah, because they are almost similar on paper. They're wrestling. Khabib's wrestling and GSP's wrestling. They're two different levels, right? And they're grappling. Both are high submission artists as well, and their striking, their boxing is almost similar. So on paper, literally. It's going to be in a different level, or a different scale. So everyone would love to see that kind of matchup. I would too.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, probably not this weekend, but I'll probably get the McGregor one.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that one for sure,
and just catch some of the undercards, see if there's any good ones in there. But I usually only get it when there's probably 5 fights left before it gets to the main event, because I know they run 15 fights because it starts earlier in the day.
Yeah. So the first fight starts, I think, at what? I think it's 5:30 or 6 o'clock. The first fights of the main card starts at 7.
Wait, 5:30, 6 o'clock is what? No, dude, they have like a shitload of them. I'm talking about
you're talking about the prelims. So the
prelims is what I'm talking about. Yeah,
the prelim starts around 5 o'clock. I think 5 to 7, and then the main card starts from 7 to 9.
Yeah, I don't think it's 5 to 7 because it's 13 matches, dude. I think they got to start a little sooner if you're talking about 7 o'clock.
But so if it's a championship match, but if it's a championship match, it's 5 rounds. If it's a regular match, it's only 3 rounds.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay,
that's why
it'll be interesting. But yeah, I'm interested to see how McGregor does because
he's Irish.
Well, it helps. It does help. I'm not gonna lie. It helps that he's Irish.
So biased.
I don't like his commercials much because he just doesn't do it. I don't know. I just can't get him doing those commercials.
When's the last time you did Irish? When's the last time you spoke in your Irish native tongue?
Last time I spoke in my Irish native tongue?
Yeah.
When I joked around about it? Sure. Probably, about 10 years ago.
Probably the last time he was drunk.
Last time I spoke to family members in their Irish native tongue of Ireland, probably when I was 15. 20.
Can you say something in your native tongue?
No.
Yeah, I am right now. I'm speaking English, dipshit.
Yeah, that's native tongue. You're right. Can you say something in German, Mike?
Yeah. Can you say something in German?
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm speaking my
What? Can you say anything? Come on. Len, speak German. You took German.
You're born in the U.S., so what is your native tongue?
I'm just asking. I'm just saying.
Speak some Taglish for us. Every other word, go.
You guys know more about that than I do. Come on, let's be real.
Hey, by the way, for our next show, should be some interesting stuff heading into that show. You have the presidential inauguration coming up between this show and the next show.
True.
Interestingly enough, and scary at the same time, the FBI has put out full warnings to all capitals in the United States of potential protests. Now, I guarantee some of them won't even exist, or maybe they will. It'll be small. But, be prepared. And that there's talk that there's potentially another attack. Not attack. I don't know if you say attack. But at least a big protest that'll be trying to cause trouble at the inauguration.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to see if any of that happens. Well, I mean, you say that, and then we didn't expect the shit on the 6th either. So
I didn't know that. That's the whole reason why I think that with them being prepared.
Oh no, they'll be prepared. They'll be prepared to stop it this time. I'm talking about there still will be the protest heading into
sorry,
it.
but for sure. I don't care if you're BLM or MAGA. You know what? You start to go on federal property like that, just you should get shot. I don't care what side you're on.
Got it. So it'll be interesting. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm not a federal cop or anything, but yeah, pretty much they should open fire.
I don't know, with that haircut, you kind of get there. But
I like you my eyesight, man. I can never
right.
So
right?
Thank you for bringing that up.
I look at that guy coming at me with that black shirt and that fucking haircut. I'm like, dude, fucking top.
I don't want to really ruin our video by bringing any weapons on screen. So, but
yeah, please don't. Please don't.
Please don't.
I mean, it's already not for kids anyway. The last thing you need to do is start sporting a gun, and we start thinking you're some white fucking crazy bastard. I mean, you are crazy, but then you're like the white crazy bastard is what I mean.
Oh, you had a not just crazy bastard, but a white crazy bastard.
Yeah, look at all the people who went and attacked the government on the 6th. Tell me not a single one of them didn't fall into that normal routine of where you look at them and go, yeah, I expect that. Must be from,
I don't know if I don't look brownish.
Kind of. I'm not saying every single person that attended was straight white. There were a couple who were not. Definitely out there.
There's a handful of them, yeah.
But most of the white people you saw there fit exactly what you would have expected for that type. I don't want to say white trash like we like to throw out there sometimes.
Why not?
But damn near white trash.
They're white trash.
White trash supremacists. That's
exactly
they fit like the guys who live in the swamps of the bayou. Swear to God, dude. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Some of those pictures.
Is this like Deliverance?
Bringing
go right there. Good call. I like that.
What do you say?
It's like Deliverance. Exactly.
Nobody playing a banjo.
Or First Blood. First Blood. Another good example. There you go. Oh, that's not as bad actually. I take that back. So, but seriously, dude.
I mean, how many of them had a Confederate flag? It's like the South is rising again, taking over,
They always kid around. The South will rise again. Well, they did try, apparently.
You almost sound like Joe Dirt right there.
I love that movie.
And I don't want to say everybody in the South is like that because that's totally unfair because that's not true, obviously. But these guys definitely fit that certain class that you would say, okay, these guys, definitely are the ones. Yep. Those are the guys you want to make sure you're tracking.
Types of the people in Seattle or Portland or even in San Francisco, Berkeley area. I mean, look, the extremes are what they are. They're extremes.
Yeah.
That's not how.
By the way, did you know one of the guys in the protests was an Olympic gold medalist from the swim team?
Yeah. So yeah,
good stuff.
The vibes.
Yeah, comes from all walks of life.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, dude, it seriously makes it harder as a white person to not look worse when you see shit like this. It really is. Seriously,
it really is.
I have no association with that shit. Don't believe in any of that shit that they did. But in today's world right now, specifically here in the States, not so much internationally, but here in the States, you're going to be looked at in a certain way now, which some people say, well, it's about time, but whatever. The point is, it's true for anybody. You try to be a certain way, but it's other people can ruin it for you. And this is true in the Black community, how they've been stereotyped in a lot of ways because of certain events, and that's just what it is. And now you got these crazy white fuckers who are now just adding to the problem. Right. So it sucks. It sucks. It sucks for everyone on both sides that this shit happens. But again, I don't live on a rock. I know that shit's been happening for decades. It's just, it sucks when every time it keeps coming up and you're like, fuck, won't these guys just stop? On both sides sometimes too.
No, it is. And the part that I hate the most is the argument is always, but it was okay when.
It was never okay. It was never okay. Again,
he started it, Mom. Look, they have them saying it about Magna, and then it's like both fucking sides always just like, but it was okay when they did it. No, you're both fucking children. Stop.
Yeah, it's an eye for an eye, Len. Eye for an eye.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it's funny that the shit that we would yell at our kids about and not let them do you're acting like this, you're doing this. No, you have to learn how to share. You have to learn how to compromise. You each get one. You have all these adults who can't follow that. And again, you know how I am. I think both sides are horrible, that they feed each other. So fuck everybody.
I agree. It's the yin and yang concept. There you go.
Absolutely. It's got to be that balance, right?
There's no balance. Nobody wants compromise. Nobody wants understanding. Whatever.
The nature of life, though, it's that balance. There's got to be that evil. There's got to be the positive and the negative.
But again, it's not about good or evil. It's like I think
but overall, it's just that balance. You got that one side, like you guys were talking about. Like, that's not my kind of shit. That makes us look bad, right? Because it's that other side that does that to you guys, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Both sides, all ethnicities have that. So it's unfortunate.
And what's crazy is
presented here in the States. That's really the truth of it, though.
That JD and I are both looked upon as white, whereas 100 years ago we would have been at each other. I mean, if you look at our,
we wouldn't have been at each other. This mean fucker and his Italian people would have been beating the ass out of Irish because that's how they treated us.
That's actually true. That's true. But that's what I mean. But it's funny now.
Doesn't change.
Yeah, it is known.
Yeah. Somehow our cultures are just blended to become one homogeneous. What's that word?
This is the way.
Yeah,
this is the way.
This is the way.
It is known.
And look,
really light note coming into this.
What's that?
I'm just saying, really good ending. Our hour together on a really uplifting note. Yeah, going into next week, we have to worry about Civil War. Make sure water and food stores because the
topics for next week: Civil War.
If you don't see us next week, it's because we're all
alien invasions.
It's gonna be a great time for them to present themselves.
A fantastic time. Come right down in the middle of the inauguration, guys.
Seriously,
I just don't think you understand what's going on here. We're gonna leave now. Yeah. Bye. Take off from there. All right, fine. Here's a positive note. New show, WandaVision, is out. Check it out. I will say this. There's 2 episodes that dropped. It's a new Marvel series. There are a lot of Easter eggs in there. Some of them I think our age will get quickly. The younger generation may get it, may not. I don't know. I think they'll struggle because they may not be able to sync it together. Check it out. They have every episode every Friday. It's the same thing as The Mandalorian. Drops every Friday. So no excuses. Unless you just don't want to watch it. But by the way, they're not very long either. They're like 30-minute episodes right now. So they dropped the first. Yeah, which irritates me. Because I'm like, dude, you really can't spend more time. But I get it's the story process. It's what they want to tell
for most of us, right? So might as well take advantage of it, right?
Right, exactly. Actually, is it a 3-day weekend for all of us?
It is for me.
It is for me. What about you, Len? No, right? The company you work for hates Martin Luther King.
You're in California. That's your problem.
No. We were given the option if we wanted to take the day to reflect on.
That's what it is. Right. Yeah.
Did you take the day off to reflect?
Well,
no, apparently not.
I would feel awkward.
Wow.
Why?
Because
Martin Luther King.
He was a great man.
He definitely was a great man. His concept, what he wanted to achieve, still
should be
true today.
His dream of freedom for everyone, and his thoughts. Yeah.
Equality for all. Yeah, I agree. So anyway, I'm off. That I think that's just because the company took it off. But
yeah,
also good because it is the day before or 2 days before the inauguration, which is on Wednesday, the 20th. So. But yes. Anyway, another positive news for you. Last thing, real quick. We talked about WandaVision. You got Godzilla versus King Kong coming out in March on HBO Max now. They moved it up, so that's exciting. I'm excited about that. I love those movies.
Justice League's coming out.
Godzilla.
What'd you say, Wayne?
At the same time, Justice League will be coming out sometime in March too. The
Which
first
one?
episode. Justice League.
Oh, yeah, whatever. I'm going to wait for all 4 to come out. I'm not going to waste my time and watch a single hour of his 4-hour extravaganza when I know it's all just one big movie.
All right, I'm going to do it and then do it all at the same time. To each their own.
That one I'm going to wait for because I'd rather watch it all in one sitting. I don't want to see it broken up. It's just will irritate me because I know the outcome anyway. So why would I want to watch it broken up?
It's supposed to be a different. It's supposed to be a different outcome.
They're still going to beat him. There's still going to be Steppenwolf. He's going to go. That's not going to change.
Well, if you guys don't know, the original story, Steppenwolf is killed by Darkseid in the original movie.
So Steppenwolf loses, right?
He gets killed by Darkseid.
Same concept, same ending.
Then, but this time they have to fight Darkseid.
Well, we don't know if they fight you. That's you're an assumption. You don't know for a fact.
Yeah, well, based on what the storyline was supposed to be, based on what was produced. That's why it was a 2-part movie series. So Steppenwolf dies at the end of this.
Not a movie series, dude. He just finally completed the fucking movie.
No, the original concept that he had was that Steppenwolf dies at the end of the first series of the movie. Then the second part, Justice League 2, is when
he's going to make 2 movies. I get that. Yeah, he's going to make the 2 movies.
But that's what it was supposed to be. So that's why now it's broken up into those parts.
But it's 2 series?
Or is it supposed to be 2, so it's supposed to be Justice League 1 and Justice League 2. So the first Justice League, Steppenwolf was the main antagonist. They kill him. Actually, Darkseid kills him.
Which makes no sense.
Well, because the way they explain the storyboard, they show you how Darkseid actually does it, and that leads to the introduction of Darkseid. Right. And then from there on, it leads to the second movie. And now the second movie is when they actually resurrect Superman.
Sure.
Not the
So here's why I think it's going to fail, or not fail. Here's why I think they're not going to get to that point, because he didn't film all the content based on breaking it into 2 movies. Zack Snyder said it himself. He's always planned a second one after the fact. And they didn't bring everybody back to suddenly film a bunch of shit that would tie into that second one. So to your point, I think Darkseid will be in it. But I think it'll be a limited event of Darkseid. It won't be to that point. I don't think he'll kill someone. But that's my point. I'm going to wait for the whole thing to come out. I don't mind spending the 4 hours watching the fucking movie. Or whatever the time is for it. It's fine. But I just want to watch beginning to end to see it all at one place. Because no point breaking it up when I already know the outcome of the movie. But you're right. It's going to substantially change. So that's going to be interesting, but probably not enough. But at least for me. Now, I could change my mind. I'm not going to lie. I could suddenly see tidbits for the first one and say, fuck it, I'm going to watch it. So, so I leave that out there because I could talk all this shit and I could still end up doing it. So I'm not going to lie. But I just want to at least lay that out there. And then the other one real quick is Mortal Kombat's coming out in April.
Oh, yeah.
Excited about that. Looks interesting.
That one looks good. Yeah, that one looks good.
So that's good.
So a lot of good stuff. All right. Well, it's been a great show. It's been fun talking to you guys again.
Next week we're going to catch up with them sports and the inauguration. So it's going to be an interesting
we're going to see if they're just as exciting on both ends. Unfortunately, I'd rather we just focus on the sports, and there won't be anything to talk about other than the traditional. Yeah, president took over, and there we go. We're moving along. So
yeah,
we'll see. Although Trump won't be there, FYI.
So he
won't
says.
Be there for the inauguration. Oh no, he's definitely not going to be there. He's leaving the night before. He's gone, so he'll be out of there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be there.
No, he doesn't, and it's fine. They don't want him there anyway. All right. Well, everyone, thanks for listening or watching, however you consume this medium, and everybody have a great 3-day weekend. And yeah, we'll catch up next week. All right, everyone.
Peace.
Later.